In 1837, a group of German immigrants living in Philadelphia felt they were becoming too Americanized.
Too American.
And hired German schoolteacher George Baer to travel to the new-ish state of Missouri to find a place where they could maintain their German traditions. Baer bought the opposite of what his Philly investors expected, 11,000 acres of some of the most rugged terrain to be found along the Missouri River. But the planners back home had already laid out a map for Hermann, not knowing what the land would look like. A map with wide boulevards and open, spacious town squares. And when the folks from back home landed in their new city, well, they knew they had a big hill to climb. But you know what grows well on a hillside? Grapes. By the early 20th century, Missouri wine was making the transplants big American money. Hermann was on the map, was still totally German, and was popular with the swells from St. Louis as a tourist destination.
Yay for wine!
But then,
dun dun dun,
between Prohibition and anti-German sentiment after World War I, Hermann's party was over. And it stayed over for a while. But after World War II, Hermann rebuilt its wine industry and became a destination again.
ta-da!
And oh, by the way, Hermann comes from Hermann der Cherusker, who defeated the Romans in year 9. That's right, just 9. Not something in 9, just 9.
Hermann is unique in the area because most of the traditions, the architecture, the genealogy, the history of those German people that settled is evident everywhere you look in Hermann, whether it be the architecture or if you go to the any given coffee shop. You know, people still have that faint German accent. You know, so it's alive here still. You don't leave the modern day behind, but you don't neglect your heritage. Both things can coincide and exist at the same time. A lot of other communities along the Missouri River that have the same type of history have been or have become more commercialized. Hermann, not so much, but that's not a bad thing. It hasn't been tainted or tampered with, so it's unique. MaiFest is traditionally held on the third week of May. This year is our 63rd annual MaiFest. Dating back before the first public MaiFest was a celebration of spring that school kids did. Sunday, the last day of the school year, and it grew into the tradition that we have now. But as history will show you, the first public MaiFest was held in the 50s by the Brush and Pallet Club to raise money for the Rotunda building here in town. And they advertised around, you know, what they could, and 40,000 people descended on an unsuspecting Hermann. So from then on, it became a tradition.